to revisit the Espionage Act. For those who don't know, it dates back to 1917. It's over 100 years old, and it prohibits obtaining and copying national defense information with the intent to injure the United States or to benefit an ally. Now, this language is extremely vague, and the term national defense information predates the modern classification system. So the vagary is really a problem, and it's ripe for abuse. And I think it is particularly ripe for abuse right now, in part because of the Assange plea deal in 2024, in which he pleaded guilty to an Espionage Act charge of conspiring to obtain and disclose classified national defense information. And this basically criminalized the same kind of work that national security journalists do regularly every day when they communicate with sources. And I think that this is the kind of thing that is good. It is a problem no matter who is the president. But it is especially troubling right now for a couple of reasons. Not only is the Trump administration anti-press and demonstrably anti-leaker, we've already talked about Bondi reciting the media protections, but it's also a problem that's exacerbated by some other things that the administration has done. For example, one of the things that I don't think has gotten enough attention probably is the fact that the Trump administration has fired 19 inspectors general, including most of them across the intelligence community. And so, there's a lot of room for improvement in the internal whistleblower process in normal times to make it safer and more effective, but that's not going to happen when inspector general's offices are understaffed. And we're starting to see reports that they're already sitting on investigations because they fear retaliation. So this, internal problem, the breakdown of this internal system, I think places more pressure on sources who want to communicate vital information to the public and turn it to the press. I think we are at a very dangerous point with seeing another prosecution under the Espionage Act, and it's a really good time to really debate publicly reforming the Espionage Act. And I think a good place to start would be looking at amendments that have been introduced multiple times that would be required to show, for example, that the intent of the leak was to cause harm, as opposed to just embarrass the government, which is often really what's happening, and limit prosecutions to information that is properly classified, which, as I mentioned at the beginning of this segment, is not most of the information at issue in these cases.